Alrighty guys, so when it comes to solo leveling, if you see my reroll video, then you guys would know that when it comes to my account, I kind of lucked out in terms of starting it off the way I didn't exactly plan on it, but I'll take it. So Choi is Choi. Alrighty guys, so with solo leveling, of course if you've seen my re-rolling video then you would know that your boy got lucky in terms of getting Choi, of course, through the Ray-Up banner, and on top of that we got lucky and we got ourselves a bit of a weapon for my boy Jinwoo right here. Got the Demon King's Longsword. That is right, a fantastic weapon so far in terms of giving me shield, counter-attack, stun, so creates a shield equal to 10% of the user's max HP duration for 3 seconds, and then of course I can apply stun, and then more importantly, you know, increases the user's attack by 8%, creates lightning that deals damage equal to 100% of the user's attack in nearby areas every second. Honestly, to get an SSR weapon for Jinwoo, that is really good for an account, because you've got to keep in mind you are going to be getting him up there with like the high rarity mark as you progress. So to start off the account with a weapon for him to where he's going to be a beast later on, that's kind of what you want. Now I mentioned it in the SSR video, sorry, in the reroll video, to be like, you know, at times, especially now, you might want to cater weapons over characters, because I've been in a situation of having a character that's currently in the low rarity mark to having a weapon and he is just plowing. To have a character with a low rarity weapon, because I don't have much for them. Well, in the case of Choi, this is kind of what I'm working with, and I'll be honest, I'm kind of preferring Jinwoo with that sword over having this character. Now, the other reason why we're here is to give you guys a helping hand in terms of who to summon for. And one thing to take note and to capitalize on is, of course, the game just started. So realistically, is Choi going to be your best bet to get now and reroll for? I would say so, purely because with the way they've kind of set up, kind of, how should I say, maximizing a character, Choi is the best shot in terms of maximizing, because once you get the character, of course some of you guys are going to be like, well Shiny, since you say weapon over character, what about why not getting his weapon? Well, the thing is, if you go over to the banner, Choi's weapon isn't even on the banner. Alright, now another thing to take into consideration is that rates. Choi as of right now has the highest SSR rate to get, so he's more easier to obtain and less of a stressful character. He's not even that terrible of a mage unit, and I say that is because they make it a lot easier in terms of actually making him more stronger. Now, if you look over to the banner, his weapon is not even on the banner. What they have done is they've just made it so that you just get the character. The weapon is being given out for free. Yeah, so if you head over to the events, as you progress through the game, you'll unlock events, and when you unlock events, if you head over to, by the way, you can also preview the hunter, FYI. There you go, yeah, you can preview him. But if you head over to the special dice event, boys, they are giving you 12 premium tickets for free, and they are also giving you his weapon for free. His weapon is free. Basically, the way to do it is you have a mission list that you have to do, I believe, yeah, so it resets every day, so make sure you're maximizing this. I need to completely finish it off. And then what will happen is, once you go around the board once, you get 3 tickets. Twice, you get 3 tickets again. And then if you go around the board a total of 5 times, that is when you get his weapon. Now, you're probably wondering, dupes, you can craft his weapon, because as you guys can see, on the edge stages of the dice board, it gives you the materials to go about creating his weapon. So you can actually dupe out his weapon for free. So his weapon is 100% free. That's why when it comes to who should I reroll for, you might as well maximize your chance and get the Choi. He's going to be a lot easier to get. This is of course a regular banner. Obviously with the rate up banner, I highly suggest just going with the recommended, being the 2 original characters with their weapons, unless you're catering to these other characters. Don't cater to this character right here, because he is given out for free, but always make sure you're capitalizing on 2 characters and 2 weapons, because weapons are handy now. And so with this banner, of course, the rates are atrocious, even with the rate up that you choose, right? If you can get lucky like how I did, because I singled Jinwoo's weapon on this, then that's good. But you realistically, you want to focus on and try and get yourself Choi. Now, if you can get an SSR over here along with Choi, then that is your account to stick with. But that's just an added bonus. But make sure you get Choi himself, so that way you can get his weaponry for free. Now, in order for crafting, again, you'll unlock this when you unlock events. You head over to craft, and if it wants to load, so as you guys can see right here, there is a bit of an RNG play, because of course, as you guys can see, it does require 100. I've got 5 so far, but just by getting that extra 5, I mean, it does help out a lot. So, increases the user's attack by 5% when attacking targets burned by Choi. The target's defense decreases by 7% every 5 seconds. And then, of course, when it comes to working on it, can we check furthermore? Alright, well, I can't seem to go into it by star, but from what we're seeing, so if you max it out, increases the user's attack by 18% when attacking targets burned by Choi. And then the target's defense decreases by 20% for 5 seconds, increases the user's attack, defense, and HP by 15%. So obviously the percentage marks, they do go up in terms of the attack damage, and then of course reducing the enemy's defense. And I assume when maxing it out, that's when the added bonus comes into play, because that's kind of where it's at. So if I get it to at least +1 or +2, then I'll get a more buff on the attack as well as the defense decrease. So the weapons themselves do provide that more benefit. I mean, in terms of this weapon, to be honest, it is kind of questionable, because increases the user's attack by 18%, so that is kind of universal on everyone. When attacking a target burned by Choi, so now it's kind of going into having the character itself to then get the defense decrease, which could work on any other character. You just have to have him on your team, and then of course you can use his support skill to burn the enemy, so that way you can capitalize on actually getting these rather than having Choi having his own weapon. But typically you want to have the weapon on him. It just kind of opens up on having it on others. And then yeah, no skill previews. So that's kind of the weapon and how it's working. So with everything with how it's going in terms of getting the weapon for free and potentially duping it out, you might as well capitalize on actually getting the character, so that way you've got yourself a pretty solid mage to start your account off with, being high tier, S tier that is, of course. So looking into his basic skills, so of course with his normal basic attack, of course, I mean there are stages to it. So stage 1, 124% damage, 148, 158 of course, and then of course it will lead into the blast. Oh, there are previews, so this is actually cool to see. Can I see it? Aha! Okay, how do I cover this part? What the hell? Okay, well that's not exactly helpful. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. So he fires 2 beams and then a dart. And then if we head over to this one, so this is the big explosion. So what will happen is you'll do your regular attacks, and then that will build up your meter in order for you to do the big splash attack. So it deals 617% damage of the user attack, deals fire element damage if he applies burn. If the inflict airborne, hits burns the target. When this skill hits, it inflicts the airborne effect. What's the airborne effect? Does it even say? Just says burn. Okay. Not sure what's going on there. Basic skills, so deals 1410% of the user's attack, cooldown 15 seconds. Consumption on MP is 150. So yeah, just kind of rains multiple fire darts. And then you've got the sword that just kind of rains down on you. So once again does the same amount of damage, 15 seconds, 150. So it's pretty much the same in terms of what the basic skills are doing. So that's kind of what we're working with in terms of the basic attack and basic skills. And then the special skill, can we preview that? There we go. So it kind of rains down big sword. So deals 793% of the user's attack, cooldown is 25 seconds. Obviously it's fire element. When the skill hits, it knocks down the target. There you go. Also applies burns, and then applies defense decrease. Oh, that would actually also, you can really stack that up in terms of having the artifact too. And then what is this? Okay, well, I have not seen this before. My god. Oh, that's his QTE skill. Okay, that makes sense. Alright, okay. So summons a burning dragon. Oh my god. 864% damage, 20-second cooldown. Usage condition, core attack and ultimate skill. Okay, there we go. So that will also apply burn, defense decrease. 15% of defense decrease, duration 15 seconds. Does this also give us? Yeah, so it's the same. And then the ultimate skill deals 2,162% of the user's attack, cooldown 45 seconds, 100% on the power gauge, and then again it is applying burn. And then of course when it comes to the passive, let's have a look what's going on here. Choi cannot deal critical hits, but his attacks increase by 40% when End of Days is used. Applies the Ultimate Hunter effect. The Ultimate Hunter resets the cooldown of Rain of Flames and Flame Spear. Increases the user's attack and defense penetration by 12%. Duration 15 seconds. If I get one more dupe on him, then the damage of Rain of Flames increases threefold during the duration of Ultimate Hunter, and the skill is changed to Mega Crater. Increases the user's attack by 8%, increases the user's damage of End of Days by 50%, increases the user's damage burn by 100%, and then while tagging out, so the cooldown of End of Days passes 3 times faster and recovers power gauge by 0.5% every second. So realistically, once we apply the ultimate being the End of Days, that is when we get the buff, right? And then the resets on the cooldown of Rain of Flames. No, that's Flame Spear. Also, it will be the 2 basic skills, Rain of Flames and Flame Spear right there. And then increases the user's attack and defense penetration by 12%. So realistically, it will be the special skills that will cater to that, right? In terms of doing more damage. Interesting. Okay, fair enough. Well, that's good to know. But yeah, the fact that your ult just passes over 3 times faster, and then of course you're recovering the power gauge, that could be... I kind of want to see that in action, to be honest. See what the consistency of that would be like. But that's kind of how things are looking right now when it comes to Choi. To be honest, when it comes to maximizing your account, honestly, I would say Choi would just be the best way to go about it now that we've got access to, you know, when it comes to him getting his weapon for free, you know? So you can make good use of having a very powerful mage to start your account off with. So let's kind of put it to the test. So, I mean, again, the weapons do play a big role. I mean, yes, the character themselves, I mean, so far, I mean, well, right now when it comes to how things are right here, it's kind of playing out somewhat nicely. So there we go, good damage. I mean, well, there's nothing too difficult about that, and plus I've kind of given him his 10 levels at the minute, so kind of works out nicely as of right now. Let's kind of drop that there. Wait, let me see if I can... Let's kind of wait for the skills to come back. So I kind of want to try. So, you know what? Let's move over to get rid of you guys, and then we'll head over to the next stage. So I want to see if we can combine the 2 together. By the way, I am using my controller. If you're on PC, you can have controller support. So let's do... Would it be this into... Oh, would it be the other way around? Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Bop. See you later. Overkill. Very nice. Head over to the next part. And then... Yeah, okay, that works. And then, okay, yeah, do the damage there. So yeah, it's not too bad. Oh, we had a ult there. Can I quickly trigger it? Swords of Revealing Light. It's time. A storm is coming. Whee! Okay, that storm didn't do anything. That storm didn't do anything. Swords of Revealing Light. Oh, damn. Okay, that is pretty effective the closer you get, but a bit of range play.